Okay, good morning to one and all. So in the last class, we discussed about layout diagrams, CMOS layout diagrams. Okay, layout diagrams in CMOS technology, isn't? So we discussed about how to draw the layout diagram for a CMOS inverter, and also how to draw the uh, layout diagram for NMOS, CMOS two input NAND gate, right? So once again we recall those topics here. Once again we can recall those topics. So just you consider here, just concentrate here. So this is the stick diagram of two input NAND gate, CMOS NAND gate, sorry NOR gate. Okay, this is the two input CMOS NOR gate. This is the stick diagram. Okay, so just observe here. This is the structure of a stick diagram. You can draw the stick diagram. First, you can draw the take a blue color and draw the two horizontal line, and then from exactly the center point, you can draw the demarcation line, and then you take a green color and draw a Thinox line like this. Okay, Thinox line. Similarly, you take a yellow color, draw a Thinox line, P Thinox line in this form. Okay, next form, take a red color and extend the red color from this point here like this vertically to this point here. Okay, so this form to two transistor, one N channel field effect transistor, another is a P channel FET. In this region, so transistor will be formed. Okay, a P channel FET will be formed here, and the N channel FET is formed here. Similarly, another again draw the another vertical line using a red color, and this forms the other two transistors in the pull up and pull down regions. Okay, so this is the source region of the pull up transistor, and this is the drain point, and this is the drain, and this is source region, and this is the drain region. So now the drains of the two transistors will be joined together. So this drain of the transistor and the drain of this transistor will be joined together. Okay, so by using a metal line, because only polysilicon and metal layers will cross the demarcation line. Depending upon the rules of the demarcation line, you can draw like this. So this is the metal line, blue color, and this is the output we are taking from the blue color only, and this is the input A. Another input A will take from here, and we can join this point and this point by using a metal in order to extend this B line, the polysilicon layer up to the input level. So we can follow like this. Okay, so that's why we use here is the metal line. Okay, now this is the extension like this. You can extend the polysilicon at the input levels. So this is A and this is B line. So this is the and also we require the number of transistors less than 4 in the pull up region and pull down region. So we'll require one cross mark here. Okay, one for VDD line and another for VSS line. Okay, this is the stick diagram, and depending upon this stick diagram, you can draw the first you can draw a metal line, okay, metal one line layer, which is having minimum 3 lambda width. Okay, you can extend like this. Draw the and by using a blue color line, you can draw the a square like rectangular bar like this, and then hatchings will be like this here. So hatchings will make afterwards, and then another horizontal line using the same metal one layer you can draw here, and there must be sufficient space between these two horizontal lines. Okay, and then so this is the case. Now you take a blue color, sorry, yellow color, green color. Okay, green color for P Thinox region, but the hatchings will be different here. Okay, hatchings, the separation with the two hatchings will be different. So this is the hatchings of the Thinox layer. Okay, so we can extend the Thinox layer like this in the same form, this like this. So we can extend in this form. Okay, so this is formation of the one Thinox layer for P transistors, and similarly, this is the metal one. Okay, same metal one layer, which is having 3 lambda width, and then a 2 lambda width. We take a blue color, a green color, and extend like this. So this is green color. for the nth Knox region. So extend the nth Knox region like this. Okay. So here we require a contact here. The 4 into 4 lambda contact in place like this. Okay, 4 into 4 contact into with exactly the center. We are having 2 into 2 lambda into 2 lambda black color. So the hatchings of this contact is similar to that of the green color hatching, that is the synapse hatching, and also metal 1 layer hatching. Okay, this is a green color hatchings, and vertical lines will be blue color. So this is the contact, ordinary contact we can get. Okay, similarly, so this is the hatching, that is this hatching contact here. Another contact we required here. So same type of contact we can place here. This is a copy and paste to this point. We'll get another contact here. Okay, same type of contact, but this somewhat different. Another contact here, 4 lambda into 4 lambda cut. Depending upon this point, you can draw the contact here. And the hatchings of this contact is metal 1 and p-Thinox. Okay, p-Thinox and metal 1, and inside exactly the center point we are having the black color. Okay, 2 lambda cut. This is another contact. And take a polysilicon and extend the polysilicon like this with the 2 lambda minimum width. Okay, so here one transistor will be formed, here another transistor will be formed, and extend this one up to this one, we get input A, no need of any contact here. Similarly, another polysilicon we can extend from here like this. Okay, one transistor will be formed here. Okay, so another transistor will form here. Okay, so this will be extended to this side. So depending upon this method, okay, similar to the stick diagram, you can draw like this, right? So this is the p-Thinox layer. Now, okay, this is the polysilicon layer. Sorry, polysilicon layer we are extended like this. So we are having input and A and B's, and this is the another contact we required here. Okay, between this diffusion and the metal 1, we require one contact here. Okay, hatching will be same, similar to this one, and this is completely over. Next, another thing is this case is here we require a contact here, this contact. So metal 1 and the Thinox, okay, p-Thinox layer, 2 lambda cut. Now already we are, and this is the assuming that this is the p-well structure. Okay, we are going to construct the invert this gate in the p-well. So therefore, in the p-well, we are having n-channel transistors. So this is the n-channel transistor. These are the n-channel transistors. So therefore, this is the point which are located in the p-well. Okay, these are the point we are located in the p-well. So we can consider this is the p-well. So take a brown color and draw a boundaries like this. Okay, this is the p-well. So inside the p-well, so this is the substrate terminal. Okay, so this terminal we can make. So whatever the terminal, what type of terminal we are going to, what type of contact we are going to connect here, we are connecting here. Same structure we can draw here also. Okay, this is the connection between the p-well and the VDD line. So therefore, this is the VSS line in this case, right? So therefore, this is, and this is the P mask for the transistors, connection for the P mask. Similarly, the P transistors are located in the substrate terminal, so which are located inside the P mask. Okay, you take a yellow color and draw a P mask like this. Okay, this is the P mask. So this is about the structure. So this is the, like this, you can draw the 2-input NOR gate in CMOS design style. Okay, this is the layout diagram for 2-input NOR gate in the CMOS design. Okay, so this is the method how to draw the structure. So there is a layout diagrams in the CMOS design style, right? So this is, and this is the substrate terminal. There is a connection. This cross mark is belong to this one. Just remember. So this is the contact required. So this contact is similar to that of this contact. Okay, whatever the contact we are going to connect here, just connected this contact to copy and paste here. Okay, same type of contact we can connect here. This is the connection for substrate to the VDD line. Okay, substrate to the VDD line. Remember. So therefore, these two contacts are very, very important. Okay, this is the contact for the P-well power supply, and this is the contact for VDD power supply. Okay. So these are the connections and all these things will be completed. Now here, this is the structure, is the output you are taking here. So remember, the output you can take directly from this metal layer to metal. Otherwise, you can take a polysilicon, connect here to here, no problem. You can connect like this also. Or you can take the Thinax layer, connect this point from this point. Okay, directly you can extend this one here also. Okay, output. So the better to take a metal one layer connected from this point here. This is similar to this one. Okay, so this is the metal one layer. So this is the 2 input CMOS NOR gate. Okay, so remember this point. Like this, you can connect the number of gates. It may be NAND gate, NOR gate. For example, you want to design or you want to construct a OR gate. So just extend this layer to some higher level like this, extend the layer, and then connect the output side. This is the NOR gate. Okay, this is the NOR gate. Just connect the inverter at the output of this NOR gate by using an inverter. Okay, draw the layout of the NOR gate. So you'll get an OR gate. Okay, like this you can connect the OR gate also. You can construct the OR gate. Okay, so this is the OR gate. Now let's go for the next one, that is 2 input NAND gate. Okay, how to draw the CMOS 2 input NAND gate layout. Okay, next go. Now just observe here. This is the structure. This is the schematic structure of CMOS 2 input NAND gate, whose output is equals to A into B whole bar. So we require 2 transistors here. Okay, so here we are having 2 variables. So we require 2 transistors in the pull down region and also the 2 transistors in the pull up region. So we require 2 N-channel enhancement mode transistor in the pull down region, which are connected in series because of the logical multiplication in this case. So the 2 transistors are connected in series, and the pull up region, the 2 transistors, the P channel FETs will be connected in the parallel. Okay, like this. And this is the VDD line and this is the VSS line. Okay, this is the ground line you can take. So connect the output from this point. So this is the source terminal, this is the source terminal, right? This is source and this is source. This is the drain and this is the drain. And this is the drain of the pull down transistor. This is the source. This is the drain of this transistor. This is the source of this transistor connected to VSS line, right? And we are taking the input A and B here. You can connect the A to A. Otherwise, you can keep it left as it is. Okay, you will get the A, B bar. Okay, assuming that the inputs are readily available. Okay, so now how to draw the stick diagram. So first, just remember, to draw the layout diagram, first we need a schematic diagram. Okay, once you know the schematic, we can draw the stick diagram similar to that of the schematic by following the rules. Okay, once you know the stick diagram, it is very easy to draw the layout diagram. Okay, you can follow in this method. So once you draw the schematic diagram here, okay, once you draw the schematic diagram, you can directly go to the CMOS stick diagram. Okay, CMOS NAND gate. So see, this is the P diffusion. So P diffusion is nothing but P Thinax layer. You can take the P Thinax layer from the VDD line. So first thing is what to do? Take a blue color, draw 2 horizontal lines for VDD and VSS line. Take a VDD, VSS line. Here also VSS is not a green color, it is a VSS line, blue color. Okay, draw a blue color here. So I forgot, I have taken only green color, but it's not a green color, it is a blue color. Okay, this is the blue color. Draw a blue color here. Okay, don't confuse here. This is the blue color. Okay, so take a blue color and draw here. Okay, so then, and there is exactly the center point. You draw a demarcation line by using a brown color. Okay, draw a demarcation line by using a dotted line. So this is exactly center of the 2 horizontal lines, 2 blue colors. Okay, so this is metal one and this is metal one. So horizontal line like this. So above the demarcation line, we are having P-type transistors. Below the horizontal line, we are having N-channel FETs. And because the P-channel transistors are connected in parallel, so the same method you can connect the layer like this. Okay, just connect the layer. Take a yellow color. Okay, just you take a yellow color and connect the yellow color. Draw the yellow color by using this method in this case. Okay, draw the yellow color like this. Okay, similarly, because the two pull down transistors are connected in series. Okay, two pull down transistors are connected in series here. So connect the pull down transistor in the same method. Okay, just observe the figure. Okay, just observe the figure and connect the series connection. So this is series connection in the form of S. Okay, opposite of S you can draw. Okay, take a green color and draw the thin arcs layer like this. Okay, and because in order to join this drain and this drain and the drain of this top transistor are joined together, because these two are different, so we are on the demarcation line here. We take a metal layer and draw a vertical line by taking the blue color, join these two thin axes. Okay, draw through two thin ax layer by using a metal layer like this. So we are on the one contact here and another contact by using a black color. Okay, black color is over, and then take a red color. Red color is used to identify the polysilicon layer. Okay, so you take a polysilicon and draw a vertical line like this by crossing these P thin arcs as well as the N thin arcs. So you can form a two transistors. Okay, one transistor form here, another transistor is formed here. Okay, this is the crossing. These are the crossings. Okay, it must cross here, otherwise no transistor. The transistor will be formed in this case. After crossing this thin axis with polysilicon, a transistor will be formed. Okay, similarly, again you can draw a vertical line in this region like this. Okay, another two transistors will be formed here. Okay, two transistors are formed. So they extend this polysilicon to the input side like this. So this is one input and this is another input. Okay, so now just observe one transistor. This is the source of the transistor, pull up transistor, and this is the drain of the pull up transistor. Similarly, this is the source of the pull up transistor and this is the drain of the pull up transistor. These two drains will be joined together by using a contact. Okay, try line like this. And this is the drain of the pull down transistor. This is the source of the pull down transistor. Because the transistors are connected in series, the source is connected to the drain of the transistor. This is the drain of the other transistor, and this is the source of the transistor will be connected to the ground. Okay, so this is another contact we require here. So like this you can connect, and we are having only two transistors in the pull up and pull down region. We will require only two crosses on the one cross on the VDD line, another cross on the VSS line. So this is the structure of stick diagram of a CMOS NAND gate. Okay, so from this stick diagram we can draw the layout diagram. It's very easy, similar to that of the stick diagram. Don't confuse in this case. So how you draw the stick diagram, the same method you draw the layout diagram by taking the same concept. Okay, and don't confuse in this case. But the only thing in this case is, so the stick diagram we are going to represent the P thin arcs by using yellow color. Okay, but in the layout diagram we are not using, we are using P thin arcs layer is similar to the N thin arcs, but the hatchings will be different. Okay, separation between the hatchings will be large in case of P thin arcs. That is the only difference. You take only green color, but the yellow color is used for P mask. Okay, yellow color is used to identify the P-type transistors. Okay, that is the main difference. Now, how to draw the P layout here? Now, just observe here. Draw a sufficient space. Okay, first this is the VDD line. So this is the VDD line. This is having 3 lambda width. Okay, by using a blue color, draw a layer like this, vertical layer, I mean rectangular layer. Okay, and then another horizontal line we can draw here. There must be sufficient space, okay, to draw the remaining structures. Okay, this is also another 3 lambda rectangular layer. Okay, so next this is now take a green color. Okay, draw a layer like this, similar to that of your stick diagram. Okay, so like this, similar to that of the stick diagram, draw a layer like this. Okay, just convert the stick diagram, okay, into a layers of in the layout diagram. Okay, draw like this. Similarly, you draw a n-Thinox layer also like this, similar to that of a stick diagram. You draw like this. Okay, and then take a red color. Okay, take a red color and draw a layer like this, and extension must be 2 lambda. Okay, this extension must be 2 lambda. Don't confuse here. Okay, so this is the extension of the transistor. So the transistor be formed in this way. Whenever the polysilicon layer is crosses the Thinox layer, a transistor is formed. So similarly here also, whenever polysilicon is crosses the n-Thinox layer, n-channel transistor be formed in this case, right? So whenever you can draw like this, at a time we are constructing the 2 transistors. Okay, 2 transistors here. Similarly, you take another polysilicon layer by using a red color, draw another layer here, a vertical line. Okay, if you are having sufficient space here, you take the beak extended to here. Okay, otherwise you can connect here only. Okay, this is a method to extend. This is the extension, must be 2 lambda. Okay, the extension 2 lambda. And remember, from this point to here, channel minimum is, remember that is a very important concept now in this case. Extension must be sufficient level. Okay, minimum is 2 lambda. Minimum 2 lambda you can extend, or at least 1 lambda. Okay, so different layers. Okay, these are the different layers. So we can extend the lambda, but remove from the channel line, this is the minimum is 2 lambda. Okay, maximum be anyone. Okay, up to this contact length will be minimum 2 lambda. So that might be you have to take care. And then, so this is another transistor we form here. So another transistor we form here, and because of this layer which are connected like this, so this is the drain of the transistor. This is the source of this transistor, and this is the source of the transistor. This is the drain of the transistor. So these two will be joined together, source and drain. So series connection. And here what happen is, this is the drain, this is the drain, this is the source, and this is the source. So sorry, this is source, this is drain, this is source, and this is drain. So drain and drain will be joined together. And take it to join this p-Thinox and n-Thinox, we can use a metal 1 layer and make a contact here, ordinary contact. Okay, so that you will get a structure like this, right? So these are the inputs and these are the inputs. And take now, these are the draw the hashings in the same way. Okay, metal 1 is a vertical hashing. Polysilicon is start from left to top right top corner. Okay, and Thinox layer is start from left to top corner. Okay, we can draw the layers. Okay, and these are the contact codes. This is ordinary contact, and don't confuse in this case. This is the another ordinary contact, and whatever the contact we are going to you are connecting here, the same contact, this contact we can place on the VSS line. Okay, here it make a one cross. Already with the stick diagram we are having one cross on the VSS line, so that cross can be represented like this. Similarly, whatever the contact we are using in the VSS line, we can connect the substrate contact in the VDD line. The same method. You can draw a substrate contact and take a yellow color. Take a yellow color and draw the P plus mask here to identify the P channel FETs. Similarly, this is the P mask to identify the P mask connection, well connection. Okay, so like this, you can connect the 2-input NAND gate. Okay, this is the structure of the 2-input NAND gate. So like this, you can extend the same method to any Boolean function. Okay, to any Boolean function, and we can draw the stick diagram. First, you can draw the schematic diagram. Okay, we can draw the schematic, and then we can draw the stick diagram, and then so depending upon the same structure of the stick diagram, you just connect the layout diagram. So that is about the today's class. So that completes your second unit. Okay, so we'll discuss remaining in the next class, right? So we'll go for the third unit in the next class. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen. Very good.